very, very, even more important against Luigi.
Getting started in the game on Final Destination.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, FD is not a good sign.
FD is not a good sign for sure, because how are you gonna platform? How are you gonna play around the platforms when there ain't no platforms?
Yeah, I mean, full hop is gonna be like he's going to have to live in the air.
I mean, this Ike has been full hopping all bracket long. I don't think there's gonna be any in the game plan.
Okay. Just kind of like using the poltergust as a little projectile there.
Yeah, the Zare is definitely a good tool, especially in
he just snuck out there
like that, but he did just sneak down there and
get
the
cheeky little kill. Oh man, this is gonna be a frustrating set.
Only frustrating if you're not Luigi.
Yeah.
For the up air, but good air dodge from Z- and getting something started here. 23% off the bat. Any percent is good percent here, but that's a lot of good percent. 60 already, and rm8 trying to get back to stage, narrowly missing getting dash attack. Not able to get anything started yet. Barely hit a couple nairs.
We've seen some pretty some pretty nice improvisation from Z- on some of these strings.
I always say it, Luigi, despite being like absolute BS in certain situations, like is the imagination character. Down throw into imagination is a real combo.
And it's and that's also kind of speaking to something we saw a lot from rm8 against AnG, which was he has really, really creative DI, and he's got really, really strong DI mix-ups when he gets put into disadvantage from normally safe confirms. Now, the down throw cyclone, that's going to be confirmed every time. I learned that very recently. But okay. Or you could just parry up B. Or you could just do that and almost JV3.
That's the time to do it. That's when you want the parry, because that was nasty.
And you know, there's like both of rm8's opponents that we've seen tonight have showcased some parries against the Nair. Monteant, the Game & Watch, did it a little bit. AnG, the Toon Link, did it a little bit as well. But talk about having one of the best punishes out of parries in the entire game. If Luigi's hitting parry up Bs, these stocks are not long for this world for rm8.
Oh, for sure. And rm8 needs to be much, much more careful on how he approaches, because it wasn't just the very final parry up B that ended up getting him killed.
True.
It was
much
also
more than that.
It was also like just getting in and getting grabbed every time.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. This could be bad, but barely escaping it.
rm8 DI is on point yet again. And, but I love seeing Z- getting every single inch out of these grabs. Like, this is starting to be the point in which, like, you're not going to get aerials out of grabs and you're going to start looking for Cyclone. But until that happens, you want to get every, like, little iota out of your grabs that you possibly can in terms of aerials and follow-ups. And Z- is doing it.
Looking for a Nair up air here and going to connect with it, but honestly, at this point, it's starting to seem like it could be too little too late. Like 105%, Z- is one.
Care.
Down throw, down B, away from getting it.
Oh man, and now that really is putting the fear into rm8's the back of rm8's head. And hold on, we're back on FD.
Yeah, I don't.
What are
we
doing on FD again?
Who in their right mind counterpicks a Luigi to?
Yeah, it just hit me. I mean, okay, fair. To be fair, this second stock, this game is looking much better for rm8. He's already gotten farther. He's already gotten much closer to beating Z- than rm8 did last game, because he has more than, I think he's got now triple digit damage on the second stock instead of like single digit damage. But
it might not matter with this upcoming edge guard.
Wow, great recovery. Okay, yeah. Now I see. Okay, I see why this guy likes to recover high. Wow, that was super slick.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Looking for this down throw up air, getting something started. 44% off the bat.
That was a grab and two aerials. A grab and two aerials, and Luigi's like, Oh, wow. He's got those? He's got those on Wi-Fi. Okay, Z minus.
Okay. We see you. We definitely see you.
My eyes are all the way open. That was about that eruption timing was about as good as you could hope for, but it's still like a crapshoot. And now this is like, you gotta watch out. You gotta still play this so careful if you're RM8.
It looks like
you gotta play this so careful, man. The lead is it's all but gone. Oh no!
My God.
This dude's terrifying.
Down throw up B, perfect DI read from Z minus in order to get the kill there.
Holy cannoli!
There is no God. There is only the green plumber.
Wow. And that game looked great for RM8. That was I mean, night and day compared to game 1, which, okay, to be fair, game 1 pretty one-sided. Game 2 pretty close. We have one more game for RM8 to really kind of let this avalanche build up. Why are we on FD again? Comfort is one thing, but this is Luigi, man.
I don't know.
Some sick beatboxing, my dude.
It's taking Luigi to the same stage that he's beat you twice in a row for very obvious reasons is. I want to call it hubris.
I will say, FD is okay. Actually, I'm gonna say two things. FD is not the reason that RM8 lost the previous 2 games, but it may be the reason that RM8 did not win the previous 2 games. Like, Luigi did not do anything special on FD.
Oh, there it is.
Right. So Luigi did something special there. But my point is that, like, you got no platform assists on Nair up air. You got nothing, like, you have nothing in terms of their, okay, you got to recover from, all right, that's not. You don't have to. That's actually a great trade.
Yeah, you don't have to recover if you're taking your opponent with you. That's for sure.
Now, all he has to do is not get, as the words were leaving my mouth, literally as the words were leaving my mouth. Why did I expect any different? And an SD, and we have, and the double T-back.
Okay.
This set has really kicked into tie gear.
That was just flat out odd. To be honest,
that was quite an ending of a game. Mike, I'm fascinated to find out if we go back to FD.
I feel like RM8 has decided to die on this hill. And thank you, Turtle Hands. Yeah, let's go Turtle Hands.
My boy.
I don't know if he's your boy, but
Turtle Hands is my boy.
Turtle Hands are pretty cool. Like they're like scaled and outside of the shell and
yeah, but then sometimes they're inside.
True.
Okay, and it is FD again. Yeah, Z minus has no.
He is dying on this hill.
Yeah. Oh, well, and also Z minus has no reason to switch. This has got to be Luigi's best.
No, I'm talking about RM8 because if I'm RM8, I might have banned this. Like I'm tired of playing on FD. Let me out of here.
I mean, RM8 is clearly not tired. But like that game, that was a really interesting game, and it's great that RM8 came out on top. But how much of that was really repeatable? And not much, as I would say. Like and what's scary is that a lot of the repeatable things from that game are things that Z minus did. Like, we've seen a lot of the 0 to death from Z minus. He's been hitting those. There's reason to believe that he will hit those again. Whereas RM8 got 2 stocks off of
SDs.
He got a stock off of like basically a gimp attempt, and then he got a stock trade, and then an SD. I don't know if I see any of those things happening with any degree of probability here. Although he does have the stock lead so far.
RM8's doing much better here, but keep in mind he's only an F smash and then 1 grab away from losing the advantage. He needs
crazy.
He needs to be very, very, very careful here about how he plays this, and it looks like he's on top of that so far. He's just waiting for the whiffs to come out from Luigi and then punishing them immediately.
Yep. And now Z minus does have to show some respect to that up B. Like you do have to respect that up B, because if you make one wrong move, you're throwing a pretty healthy stock away here, and rm8 loses almost nothing off of that exchange. Like, it's got super armor, it can spike you. Like, don't mess around with that up B unless you really know what you're doing.
Yeah, but speaking of up Bs that you don't want to mess around with, Luigi's definitely got one, and Luigi's also got a down B you don't want to mess around with, but instead the thing that's going to take the stock here is going to be the up smash out of shield. Dash attack not quite taking it.
And now, like, both players really knowing what's at stake here. rm8 finding the hit that he needs. And now, okay, he's trying to nair Luigi to death. But now, like, the nair super stare, he's not getting a whole lot of damage off the nair alone. Like, that was a lot of hits.
He's fine.
Yeah, it is Luigi. I get surprised by that more than I probably should, but here we are.
Here we are indeed, that's for sure.
And now, okay, this is looking... Okay, you know, this is looking like what I expected from rm8 after game 2. Like, forgetting what happened in game 3, rm8 was looking super duper solid and super comfortable in this matchup until he got down throw up B twice in game number 2. And this feels more of a continuation of that than whatever weirdness game 3 was. But now rm8 showing a real command of this matchup and forcing a game 5 and maybe forcing out a stage counter pick.
It's possible.
I could not. Okay, it's not gonna be a stage counter pick. We're getting FD again, but like I could not have possibly predicted what kind of role this stage was going to play in this game, in this set.
It's so weird.
It is. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Like, it's so bizarre to see anyone voluntarily pick themselves into this. It's like, you know, it's like a Spacey picking themselves into Marth on FD in Melee. It's like what you better have a plan if you're gonna do that.
Looking for the nair, getting a down tilt fair instead, and Z minus making it back to stage around the eruption pretty safely.
Yep.
Not quite in too much trouble yet.
And one thing I want to say is that, like, as I feel like I identify maybe as a kind of a simple-minded player, and that means that I respect certain things that might seem like kind of obvious or kind of, oh no, he didn't turn around. Never mind what I was about to say. That's not a great stock trade for rm8. He had that situation under control. And get used to that sound, ladies and germs.
Oh yeah, that's something that we're gonna hear over and over and over and over again.
Oh, the
because
second up
that's just how Ike plays.
But the one thing I was talking about, I was in the middle of talking about earlier, is that, like, I really respect the discipline that rm8 has in not going for the really, like, high risk, high reward smash attacks that Ike has at his disposal. Like, Luigi whiffs a Cyclone, it's very, very tempting to try and go for an up smash there, try and get an F smash, try and take the stock way earlier than you need to. But, okay, that's an interaction. That's also an interaction. But it's like just the discipline to know that you can get just as like to be confident in just going for like a forward tilt or an up tilt or something, instead of maybe like risking a huge punish from the Luigi if you go for a smash attack and whiff. And it's a small thing, but it's still impressive to see in practice. I have not seen a single smash attack from rm8 this entire tournament.
Yeah, the lack of smash attacks, like everything has been going for like aerial kills, and it's looking like rm8 might be finishing it off with some more aerial kills here. No, dash attack instead. What a read onto the ledge, and just like that, that's a reverse 3-0.
If I had to think of one word to describe the turnaround from rm8 in that set, it's discipline. Maybe not so much the end of game 3 because that was a